Namaste from Dhananjaya Kumar, and thank you again for joining this journey to raising intelligent kids. The topic today is how things are changing, and sometimes we feel that everything new is better to adopt, and anything old is worth discarding. Reading, for example. Most people, including children, get used to only reading on the computer and in a hurry. So long passages, long paragraphs, long articles, we just glance and move on. We do not stay with the topic. And writing messages, letters, of course, letter writing on paper is almost vanquished. But writing messages, emails are often in shorthand, using technical terms, very brief. Replies are also equally brief. So, full expression of your intent, of your message, is kind of lost. Only information is exchanged effectively through electronic media. And longer articles are in more compressed or PDF format, and they are somewhere stored or downloaded, and one may never get a chance to go back, open the files and read. Even then, the amount of time spent in front of the screen may not be too healthy for your eyes, for your exposure to various waves, signals, light, radiation. So that is a risk. But coming back to reading, the old-fashioned way of reading is to hold a book in your hand, not in front of the screen. You can sit in chair comfortably and read books. If the title is familiar, you know a lot about it, then you would tend to read it fast. Nothing wrong with reading fast if you are understanding it. If you know somewhat and the book is adding some knowledge, so you can read very fast. You can even read, instead of horizontal lines, you can read vertically. There are many techniques of fast reading. That is fine. But something which is interesting, which is of little bit higher level than you are familiar with, so read slowly and understand it before proceeding to the next paragraph or the next page. This is what I try to convey to the children, that reading is an art. You have to first assess yourself, the topic or the subject of the book you plan to read, and how to read. You can read fast or slow depending on how quickly you absorb, how fresh your mind is while you are reading. So all these considerations are taken into account about reading. About writing, again, in today's world, the art of writing is somewhat ignored. It is basically exchanging information and messages on the computer. But writing a letter or writing an article or even writing a book is an art. For example, when you write a paragraph, you have to see in which context the paragraph is being written. What is happening before or after the paragraph? Is the paragraph complete in itself? You may need more than one paragraph to write. You may need 3 or 4 pages to write. Or in some cases, you want to plan to write a book in future. So you have to conceive the idea. You have to collect the information. You have to assimilate, and you have to organize what you have collected, and you begin writing. So you have to first think of the opening sentence, opening paragraph, and then what will you say in the middle and how you will conclude it. In a book writing, that is a totally different concept. You have a vast range of subject, many different titles, topics are included. You have to organize it, put this in the right order. But writing individual paragraph, there is an art also. So let's say you write a paragraph or 2 paragraphs. Don't keep on writing unless you are having a flood of ideas and you want to put it on paper. That is fine. So write a few paragraphs and pause. Close your eyes, take 1 minute walk, come back and read it again. You might find some errors, some mistakes. You might find better choice of words, better arrangement of sentences, better structure of sentences. So do not hesitate to rewrite a paragraph to make it as perfect as possible. Now coming to speaking. Now speaking is a different kind of art because you are dealing with people sitting in front of you. And remember, they may not be familiar with the subject or fully familiar with the subject that you are going to speak about. They do not know you, what you are going to speak, and they do not know what you are going to speak. So you speak slowly so that what you are saying is understood. If, for example, somebody is reading what you have written, okay, they can read and pause and reread and read it 3rd time. They understand it, now they can move to the rest of the sentence, the rest of the page. But when you are speaking, you cannot go back and speak the same thing again. You are speaking only one time. So you have to make sure that you are speaking in a way with a certain style that people can understand. And remember, people sitting listening to you, they have so many other distractions in the room. Let's say you are in a room. Some people are sitting in the front, some people are sitting in the back. If you are speaking too slowly, too softly, the people sitting in the back in the room may not be able to hear it. There are other objects in the room. Some people may be looking at that object and maybe stop listening to you. Some may be having other ideas and they are distracted. So keeping all that into account, keep their attention, you have to use your whole body language, your eyes, your hands, your gestures, and your own attention that you are paying in speaking, the intonation of the words, pronunciation. Some people they do not speak complete sentences or complete words. They speak first letter of the word loudly and then so softly that you do not understand what the word is spoken. So speak clearly and speak slowly to give people the opportunity to understand what you are saying. So these were some of the comments I was thinking about the art of reading, writing and speaking. I hope this will help the children everywhere, and if they do not have access to it immediately and grown-ups have access to it, please pass on to them these messages or encourage them to watch, and you can also watch with them. Thank you for your attention. We'll come back again soon.